Milwaukee. This is today's TMJ4, live at Daybreak.
So we'll see. It'll be interesting. It's tragic, but it'll be interesting to see where they go from here.
Happening now at 5, what's next? Questions looming as church members just try to figure out what is next for their congregation after their historic church went up in flames. Also, not over yet.
Now, fire flare-ups keeping crews busy overnight, and there is concern for more this morning and later. It's been a long time coming. Wisconsin's first IKEA has now officially opened its parking lot just moments ago. Expect cars to begin pouring in. Curious shoppers are lining up already. Welcome once again to Live at Daybreak on today's TMJ4. I'm Vince Petrano.
And I'm Susan Kim. So let's get a check of your weather and traffic together, and let's head over to Brian Disnancy, who's got a beautiful day ahead for us. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous if you're headed out to IKEA. This is really happening, huh? This IKEA store, 9 o'clock.
It is.
Okay, temperatures 41 degrees in West Bend. Chillier this morning. Cooler temperatures this morning compared to yesterday. We got no clouds overhead, and we have calm winds. Again, that's the recipe for cold air. Okay, 45 in Fond du Lac, 43 in Sheboygan, 48 degrees in Port Washington. 24-hour temperature change compared to yesterday. We're 10 to 20 degrees colder. It's 20 degrees colder this morning than we've seen than this point yesterday morning. However, that will flip by this afternoon. We are going to warm up very, very quickly today. Not nearly as strong of a lake breeze as what we saw yesterday. Okay, 50 on the way to work. Maybe a little patchy fog. That's looking unlikely. 75 degrees on the way home. Inland 80 degrees with lots of sunshine. A beautiful day expected today, Elise.
All right, thanks, Brian. Just moments ago, several highway ramps along I-94 just opened up, including Moreland Road and Highway 100. I-41, 894 northbound, 94 westbound remains closed for the next half hour this morning as construction crews finish up some overnight work. Now let's go ahead and check out travel times right now. Hill to the Zoo, 5 minutes. Moreland to Marquette, 9 minutes. Downtown to Layton Avenue, 6 minutes.
I'm just thinking about the parishioners. A church is more than just a church, a building. It's part of the community.
The community surrounding Trinity Lutheran Church doing its best to remain hopeful this morning after yesterday's massive fire destroyed that historic building.
This morning, fire crews keeping a close eye after flare-ups in the middle of the night. Julia Fellow is live at 9th and Highland with what's happening still this morning. Hi, Julia.
Vince and Susan, this was a very busy area, especially during the rush hour when this took place yesterday afternoon. We're right by MATC and just steps away from the courthouse right behind me, and you can see right now there are absolutely no street closures at this time. You can see the roof is gone, and it's a devastating scene this morning. While you were sleeping, there was another flare-up overnight where firefighters had to put out more flames. The cause is still unknown. We know there's been construction underway on the historic steeples of Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church. Now only 3 remain. The roof is gone after more than 80 firefighters worked to put out this fire. When it began at about 4 yesterday afternoon, parishioners wonder where they're going to go now. They say they're going to return stronger than before. Coming up next at 5:30, I'm going to share with you what the mayor had to say about how church leaders, how he plans to work with them to make sure everybody will get to Sunday services very soon. With this 140-year history now looking like this. Reporting live at 9th and Highland, Julia Fellow, today's TMJ4.
And Trinity Lutheran has certainly been a landmark in the city. It's about 140 years. It earned a spot on the National Register of Historic Places. The interior, all woodwork, hand-carved from Wisconsin oak and ash. Now, aside from the fire investigation, one of the big decisions that the parish still has to make is whether there'll be enough of the old church to salvage or whether they'll have to rebuild completely.
The building is as if it's covered in lace, but the lace is made of bricks. Most churches of this period will have the brickwork along the eaves and on the gable ends and like that, but none are quite as elaborate as at Trinity.
And we have much more on the fire up online at TMJ4.com, including before and after photos in our gallery and an exclusive chopper shot from above, including the moment one of the spires collapsed.
New this morning, a motorcyclist is in serious condition at a hospital after colliding with a semi. It happened last night near 6th and Holt. Police say the 49-year-old motorcyclist hit the back end of that semi. Speed does appear to be a factor. The driver of the semi is cooperating with police. And we are expecting to learn more about this. What led to this bus crash on the Marquette University campus? The county bus crashed into Johnston Hall at 12th and Wisconsin. This happened yesterday. 5 people on the bus were hurt, although everyone is expected to be okay.
It's 5 after 5 and more local news now. More than 85,000 Wisconsin residents have already submitted claims for that $100 per child tax rebate in the opening hours of the application period. The rebate is a result of a state budget surplus. The governor and lawmakers wanted to give some of that money back to taxpayers. The application period runs through July 2nd. Well, the day is finally here. The IKEA in Oak Creek is opening its doors in just a few hours this morning. The parking lot just opened moments ago.
Yeah, and our Sean Gallagher is live in Oak Creek this morning with the scene that's already unfolding at 5 a.m. Hi, Sean.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It's kind of the calm before the storm. The cars are coming in now, but already some people on foot and on 2 wheels. I saw some cyclists already getting in line, but the guy who's the winner today, guy Aldo right now, is still catching his breath from running over here. I mean, why was it so important to get here this quick?
Because you got to go big like IKEA. You got first.
Yeah.
I always got to be first, and let's get it kicking in Wisconsin.
Where are you coming from?
From Sheriff, Albania.
Jeez, that sounds like a far trip. Why'd you want to come here today?
Because I have family here, and it's time to do it.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's growing. I love Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So it's important to be here.
What are you looking to get here today?
I'm just looking to see things. I'm the first one in, so we'll see what they give me first of all.
That's awesome, Aldo. Thank you very much. And Tina, number 2 in line, and Olaf too. I mean, you guys, you said you're from Germany?
Yes, he's from Germany.
You're from Germany.
I'm a wannabe German.
It all counts. Why you guys want to try to be the first ones in line?
We are here for the breakfast and the party. So,
are you looking to buy anything today?
We just want to check it out, see what they have.
Yeah, an exciting day for sure. Thank you guys. It's pretty awesome to be the first in line here. And IKEA, they have 1,100 spaces here for cars, but all these people kind of coming here on foot. So definitely going to be packed here today, and we'll be updating you throughout the morning as the madness continues. In Oak Creek, Sean Gallagher, today's TMJ4.
All right, Sean, thank you. You knew people would be in line at 5 a.m., right?
I didn't know we'd have multiple European nations represented already at 5:07, but very well.
Great.
It's an international incident.
Yep.
Coming up next here on Live at Daybreak this morning, poker face won't work. A look at the new technology that airports could soon be using to keep travelers honest.
And then also up next, iPods, iPhones, and now could an iCar be next? How close Apple is to rolling out one of those self-driving vehicles here in the U.S.
It's 10 after 5 on today's TMJ4. We're on top of some breaking news now. Milwaukee's north side this morning, where firefighters are dealing with a very serious fire right now.
Our Lauren Winfrey just arrived at the scene, 39th Street near Hampton Avenue. And Lauren, what do you know so far?
Hey, Susan and Vince, we know very little, but out here on this scene, there are a ton of crews. I'll step out of the way so you guys can just see how many crews are out here. Several fire trucks, also police squads. People were evacuated from the building, and they're just standing around trying to make sense of it all. We don't know quite yet how the fire started, but we're working to get more information. Right now, we can see crews are busy working, just trying to make sure everything is safe. Like I said, people have evacuated. We did see a stretcher go in, so they may be trying to pull some people out. The ambulance is on scene here, but for now, you can just see that this is a massive scene. Please stay clear of this area if you're traveling this morning, because crews are busy here trying to keep people safe in the midst of this fire. For now, reporting live near Silver Spring in Tetonia, Lauren Winfrey, today's TMJ4.
All right, appreciate the update there. Thanks very much, Lauren. It's 5:11. Well, just last year, Apple was in the back seat of an increasingly crowded competition for self-driving cars. There was Google-owned Waymo, Tesla, and then Uber, all vying for the edge. But it appears Apple is fighting back. According to the California DMV, Apple has just registered 55 self-driving cars. Only GM has more. So to be clear, the permit does not mean that Apple is getting ready to hit the road just yet. No word when driverless road testing will begin with Apple.
A trip out of the country may involve interrogations by a kiosk in the future. Homeland Security wants to use these kiosks to detect whether people are lying at customs. The technology would look for changes in a person's eye movement, voice gestures, and posture. Right now, the device is just in the testing phases. Can't lie to the computer.
No, because they can pick up on stuff.
Still ahead this morning. Great week for business. The new shops opening up this week.
And then also ahead this morning, another plane disaster. This time a pilot nearly got sucked out of a plane. Why experts say this is apparently uncommon.
All right, it's going to be chilly at the bus stop again this morning. Temperatures in the 40s. A light jacket will be needed. However, warming up very quickly today when we could see 80 degrees and wear in your forecast coming up.
It's 5:15, more news now. Frightening moments for passengers and crew members aboard a flight over China. At over 32,000 feet, the jet's cockpit windshield just shattered, sucking the co-pilot halfway out of the aircraft. Amazingly, only minor injuries were reported after all of that. No word yet on the possible cause of just why that windshield shattered. But transportation officials say this is actually pretty common.
Cockpit window cracking is actually a weekly event on commercial flights. And if you include private aviation, it's probably a daily event when you look at the events all over the world.
This comes nearly a month after the death of a woman who was partially sucked out of a window that broke during a Southwest Airlines flight.
At the live desk, Hawaii residents are facing the most dire warning yet. A red warning has been issued for the Big Island's Kilauea volcano. Officials say that the volcano, whose massive ash cloud continues to grow, could become even more explosive in the coming hours. Nearly 20 fissures have opened, destroying about 24 homes, and 2,000 residents have been evacuated since the volcano began erupting some 13 days ago. The volcano has now started to affect the tourism industry there. Tourists to the Big Island are nixing their vacation plans, costing Hawaii's tourism industry millions of dollars.
Storm Team 4 coverage now, just 44 degrees in Oak Creek. But take a look at the line.
My goodness.
We're out here for IKEA's grand opening. They opened the parking lot at 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh, so the kids, parents got the kids up.
Wow.
It is the first store in the state of Wisconsin, and we've been talking about people being excited about IKEA coming.
Well,
here it is.
Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait about 2 weeks before I step foot.
At least.
Might take that long for the line to go down.
Have at it. It looks enjoyable, though. Okay, sunrise today. It is a nice morning, a little bit cooler out there. Sunrise at 5:28, so in about 10 minutes, the sun will officially start to rise from the east. Beautiful day expected for today. Your allergy report, though, the pollens are still way up there. You got the tree pollens severe, the wheat pollens moderate, and the mold also in the severe range. This is a live look in West Bend. Current temperature 43 degrees. A cooler morning. You got calm winds, clear skies. The recipe for a chilly start to the day. In Milwaukee, 45 degrees. Winds out of the northwest at 3 miles per hour. And across southeastern Wisconsin, everybody in the 40s. Now for a time, Germantown dipped to 39, but you're back up to 40. 41 in Kewaskum. Fond du Lac at 45 degrees. Waupun at 46. Mayville at 46. So your weather headlines. High pressure. It's been a while. Where you been? High pressure is going to be with us the next couple of days, which means a dry stretch of weather. We'll be cooler near the lake at times over the next few days, and the weekend, well, we still have some rain in the forecast, but it looks like it holds off until Sunday. Okay, Storm 4 Max radar and satellite statewide, clear skies. As we go through our time here on Future Forecast by 10:30. Mostly sunny skies. Notice the wind, what we have, about 5 miles per hour off of Lake Michigan, so not as strong of a lake breeze as yesterday. That worked its way far inland by the late afternoon. By 5 o'clock this early evening, a light southeast breeze. Again, a little bit cooler lakeside. Mainly clear skies tonight. We're looking good. Tomorrow morning, we might wake up with a little bit of light fog along the lakeshore. Does not look to be a big deal. Lots of sunshine still on the way for Thursday and right into Friday. All right, your forecast for today. High temperature, 75 degrees. Inland, 80. Beautiful day after we get through the chilly start. For tonight, a low temperature of 51. Mainly clear skies. And here's your 7-day forecast. Thursday. Mostly sunny, cooler with a northeast wind, 68. 70 on Friday, inland well into the 70s those days. Now Saturday, 73 for everybody. As we head right on into Sunday, a good chance of rain and storms, 66 degrees, and lots of sunshine next week on Monday and Tuesday. We are still keeping an eye on many area rivers, and one of those rivers is the Root River, and that's where we find ourselves. Josh Worster this morning, and Josh, still noticing some pretty high water this morning.
Absolutely, Brian. Yeah, we are technically in Oak Creek right now watching the Root River. It's flowing very quickly off to my left. To give you a look behind me right now, of course, all of this water shouldn't be here. This would be a road. Obviously, road's closed, and the water extending over into plenty of farm fields right now. So the river gauge is actually in Racine County here, but with the Root River, the latest measurement was 9.9 feet, down from about 10.4 early on. I think you're looking at some chopper video from yesterday with some of the flooding that has happened. So good news, I think water on the way down, both at the river gauge, and when we got here, we actually set out a cone on the edge of the waterway, and we're watching the water slowly go down. It is slow, but down probably about 6 inches from the cone from when we set up here just about an hour ago. So some good news there, that waterway's on their way down. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Josh. Several highway ramps along I-94 now back open, including Moreland Road and Highway 100. But let's get to a backup that we want to show you. This is at the Hale interchange. You can see it is going up pretty slowly, and there is some activity right there. Just look to the center of your screen and go to the left. You can see some flashing lights. We are working to figure out what exactly is going on right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at travel times. Hale to the Zoo, 6 minutes. Moreland to Marquette, 8 minutes. Downtown to Layton Avenue, 6 minutes.
All right, thanks, Lisa. It's 5:21. Looking ahead now with all the hype around IKEA's big opening, there are a couple of businesses on the brink of opening as well, some other businesses. Coming up on Friday, Mod Pizza will open in Oak Creek. The restaurant is giving away free pizza or salad to the first 52 customers. And then Milwaukee's first cat cafe will finally open. Folks can sip their coffee with their cats starting June 1st. You can find it on Milwaukee's east side right next to Black Cat Alley.
So we know who's playing at Summerfest. We now know some of the new activities being offered. Susan's very interested. What about the food? Today, festival organizers will present the new eats and drink that folks can fill up on in just 42 days.
Okay. It looks really good.
It always
does, right?
Just whatever you got, we'll try it.
5:22 up next on Live at Daybreak. On today's TMJ4, it is the countdown to the royal wedding, and royal watchers have started to flock to Windsor.
So up next, we're going to be live from Windsor with all the wedding information, including the drama that continues between Meghan Markle and her father. It's 5:25. After an embarrassing paparazzi scandal, we now know Meghan Markle's father is not expected to make the trip to the royal wedding after having emergency heart surgery.
Now, NBC's Jay Gray has been following the controversy and the royal couple. He joins us live now outside Windsor with the latest on this story. Hi, Jay.
Hey, Susan, Vince, good morning to you from just outside of Windsor Castle. And yeah, what wedding doesn't have a little family drama leading into it, right? But this no ordinary wedding. Let's talk a little about what got us here. Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's father, allegedly set up, posed, and then got paid for a paparazzi photo shoot. In light of that, he had initially said, look, I'm going to bow out of the ceremony. I'm not going to be a part of it. I don't want to further embarrass my daughter or the royal family. Yesterday, had a bit of a change of heart, said, I'm going to make the trip. She reached out to me. She wants me to be there. Unfortunately, though, 8 days after a heart attack, he was feeling some chest pains, went to have that checked out, and will apparently have some emergency surgery, as we talked about. So it looks like it's a medical issue that will keep him from making the trip here. At this point, there's been no official statement from Kensington Palace, but the highly anticipated result of all this is that it will be her mom, Doria Ragland, who will take over those duties on Saturday to walk Meghan Markle down the aisle as she becomes a member of the monarchy here.
All right, Jay Gray reporting live for us in Windsor this morning. Jay, good to see you. Coming up next, never before seen side. New pages in Anne Frank's diary have been discovered, and they're reminding the world the young woman was a teenager at heart.
Also ahead this morning, breaking out of Milwaukee's north side. We are at the scene of a new fire, and where we are getting reports of injuries. We'll update you on this breaking news story when more Live at Daybreak returns right after this.
Right now, from Milwaukee, this is today's TMJ4, Live at Daybreak.
Now at 5:30, breaking news on Milwaukee's north side, where fire ripped through an apartment complex. A live look at that very active scene. Our Lauren Winfrey has an update on injuries just ahead.
Also, flare-up from overnight at a historic church in downtown Milwaukee. What we know this morning about how this 4-alarm fire may have started.
Plus, our Julia Fellow tells us what lies ahead for that badly damaged church and its congregation.
And speaking of the future, Oak Creek's future looking pretty bright this morning. This is a live look. This is right now at Wisconsin's first IKEA store. It's opening at 9 a.m. The parking lot opened at 5. And look at how many people are already in line.
Can't tell you how many people said to me, nobody's going to be in line. Well, you guys are.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. You are watching Live at Daybreak on today's TMJ4. I'm Susan Kill.
And I'm Vince Vetrano. We'll start you off with weather and traffic together. If you're going to be standing in line for anything today, Brian, you cleared the skies out. Looks
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, no rain, no snow. We can still get that this time of year. Don't say it. It's not going to happen. Okay, as we look outside, again, a beautiful start to the day. Clear skies. Comfortable out there for today. It's a little cool this morning. You're going to want a light jacket if you're outside this morning at the bus stop or at IKEA, but eventually a warm day today. 65 the average high, and I think we work our way up to around 75 degrees this afternoon. Current temperatures across the area, though, again, a chilly start in the 40s this morning. 43 in Sheboygan. Numbers are about 10 to 20 degrees colder than this point yesterday. Okay, your forecast timeline, 48 by 7 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 71 degrees, by 2 o'clock, 75, and by 5 o'clock, 74 beautiful degrees, but topping out near 80 inland, Elise.
All right, thanks, Brian. We have some new information for you from the live desk about that accident we showed you just moments ago. Let's take a live look. This is at the Hale interchange. You can see a backup going on right there. Greenfield Fire just tweeted out that a semi-truck crashed into a wall, and this is what you're seeing, how the some of the lanes are shut down right there. There's just that one lane of traffic going through. Right now, they are responding to that crash. No injuries are being reported at this time. Let's go ahead and take a look at travel times. Hale to the Zoo, 4 minutes. Moreland Road to Marquette, 8 minutes. Downtown to Layton Avenue, 6 minutes.
We're on top of breaking news this morning at 5:33. This is Milwaukee's north side, where firefighters, weary after fighting that big church fire already. We've got another serious fire on our hands right now.
So our Lauren Winfrey has been at the scene working to get more information right now. And Lauren, do we have anything new to share with our audience?
Very little information still, Susan and Vince. We've reached out to the fire department, but as you can imagine, they are very busy. A number of crews still out here on the scene. No flames in sight, but they are actively working to make sure the building is clear and make sure that everything is under control. Now, I did speak with someone. He didn't want to go on camera. He says he lives in the building that caught fire. He lives on the first floor, and he had to jump out of the window. He says his mother was sleeping, and he had to pick her up and carry her out of that window along with his child. I've also heard from people in the area that this is the second fire to happen at one of these complexes in less than a week. So at this point, people are very concerned for their safety. We do know that a number of people have been evacuated. It seems the building is clear, but we're still waiting to confirm that, along with any injuries that may have happened. We did see a few people on stretchers, but we're not sure. It may have just been from smoke inhalation, but we'll have more information for you as soon as we can. For now, reporting on 39th and Hopkins, Lauren Winfrey, today's TMJ4.
And this morning, we still don't know what caused that 4-alarm fire that destroyed a historic Milwaukee church.
We do know that firefighters went back to Trinity Lutheran overnight because of a flare-up. Our Julia Fellow is live there this morning from 9th and Highland and tells us where things stand this morning. Hi, Julia.
Vince and Susan, we're getting a closer vantage point at the damage here. We first want to tell you that there are no roads blocked this morning. This is a very busy area of downtown, just steps away from MATC, the courthouse, the county building, the medical examiner's office, you name it. We're right in the heart of downtown here. But again, we're getting a closer look, and you can see if we zoom in here, some of the roof is all the roof is gone. And then if you take a look at this broken out window here, you can see the inside. It looks like the inside of the roof, the ceiling has just collapsed inside, and there's just complete devastation here. While you were sleeping, as you said, there was another flare-up where firefighters had to put out more flames. The cause of this fire is still unknown. We know there's been construction underway here on this historic spire of Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church, and the roof is gone after more than 80 firefighters worked to put this fire out when it began at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. You can see a plume of smoke that drifted towards the courthouse and shut down streets during rush hour. Parishioners wonder where they're going to go during this time. We spoke to the mayor, Barrett, about when he came on scene last night, if he expects other churches to pick up the slack and help with services this weekend. He says that he thinks that they will, and there will be some type of services that these parishioners can go to over the weekend. So we hope to learn more soon. Reporting live at 9th and Highland, Julia Fellow, today's TMJ4.
All right, Julia, thanks very much. It's 5:36. As flames tore through the church, a lot of people were wiping away their tears, thinking of the memories they had there. Gary Mohiron was 7 years old when he started going to Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church after his father passed away, and he met his wife there. He says the church changed his life.
It was just an amazing church. All the help they did for us.
What an emotional interview. We have much more about the fire online at TMJ4.com, including a before and after photo gallery, as well as exclusive Chopper 4 video from above, including the moment that one of those spires fell. Well, it is IKEA Day in Oak Creek. The Superstore is opening its doors for the first time in Wisconsin, and people are already filling the parking lot.
Parking lot opened at 5 o'clock this morning. It's already filling up. Sean Gallagher joins us live with the scene. What's happening, Sean?
Hey guys, I know they said that the parking lot was going to open at 5. I expected some people to come out, but I'm already overwhelmed by all this. This is the beginning of the line here, but this is only half of it. We can keep panning this way. We've got even more people that are waiting in line today to get into IKEA, and I'm joined now. Natasha, you're from Racine, you said. I mean, you're getting married soon.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to looking for some things for the new life?
Yeah, definitely excited to see what new deals they have and get some new furniture for the new house. We get married in 9 days, so it's kind of crazy.
Jeez, are you already registered for anything? Maybe this is a new place you can add?
I think I'm going to have to, for sure.
Yeah, what are you looking to get today?
Definitely some furniture for our basement. We're doing a man cave down there, so he's got to have some good furniture to celebrate the wins for the Packers.
Perfect. Yeah, well, congratulations. And also, Catherine Crivello from South Milwaukee. You said this is your first time to an IKEA.
Yes, it's my first time. Super excited.
Yeah, why'd you want to come out this early?
I don't know, the experience. I really want a new bedroom set, new living room set. I just want to spend some money.
Yeah. Well, perfect place to do it. You may not have to spend too much money. They are actually giving away 3 gift cards, one for $2,000, one for $1,500, and one for $500 later today. So something to get excited about. Everybody here pretty excited? Yeah. Everybody excited for the new IKEA opening out here in Oak Creek. Opens at 9 a.m. We'll throw it back to you guys.
Wow, everyone's pretty awake for 5:30 in the morning.
Well, I'm sure folks at IKEA are happy to hear people wanting to spend money, because we've heard a lot of people in line just say, I'm just here to see it. Right, Sean?
Yeah. They're glad that they're spending money, and a lot of people probably getting some meatballs and those kinds of things, too.
All sorts of good stuff. All right, Sean, thanks very much. It's 5:38. Coming up next on Live at Daybreak, who's the boss? The tech company showing that not even a plane can outmatch them.
And up next, so is it happening or not? Why North Korea is warning that scheduled summit with President Trump may not happen after all. We're Live at Daybreak ahead on today's TMJ4.
At the live desk, new doubts this morning over whether North Korea will follow through with the June 12th summit planned with President Trump in Singapore. North Korea is warning it will call off the meeting if the United States insists on, quote, unilateral nuclear abandonment. Now, this came just hours after North Korea postponed a meeting planned for today with South Korea, blaming combat drills in the area by South Korean and U.S. forces. Of course, this all could just be political posturing, just like President Trump, who recently threatened the summit, saying, quote, if I think that it's a meeting that is not going to be fruitful, we're not going to go.
Some school districts in North Carolina canceled school today as educators will join a growing wave of teacher protests. As many as 15,000 teachers expected to march on the Capitol in Raleigh as that state's legislature begins its annual session. This is the 6th statewide teacher protest since February.
2 mystery pages from Anne Frank's famous diary have been revealed. Brown paper had been pasted over the pages. However, modern technology used techniques to get those pages off, and they found 4 dirty jokes about sex ed and prostitution. The jokes were written just 2 months after her family went into hiding to avoid being captured by the Nazis. And experts say this latest revelation is proof that young Miss Frank was, after all, a teenager.
It's 5:43, and coming up next here on Live at Daybreak this morning, how one grandmother got up close and personal with Justin Timberlake.
And then how Tesla set a new world record by towing, look at this huge airplane.
All right, lots of sunshine on the way for us today. Again, a chilly start, but look at this. By the afternoon, climbing well into the 70s near Lake Michigan. How warm we get away from the lake in your forecast coming up.
It's 5:46 on today's TMJ4. On top of breaking news this morning where a serious fire broke out in an apartment building, 39th and Hopkins. Our Lauren Winfrey is there gathering more information, and she'll bring us updates throughout Live at Daybreak this morning. And of course, this fire comes on the heels of that massive blaze downtown, a 4-alarm fire at that historic church. And I was looking it up. There are about 800 firefighters in all of Milwaukee Fire Department. We said there were 80-some at the height of this battle. On this one scene, you got 10% of the firefighting force in Milwaukee was at one point involved in fighting this blaze.
Yeah, and this is a live picture of Trinity Lutheran, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen it if you've gone downtown or drive on the interstate in the city of Milwaukee. It's at 9th and Highland. And the fire broke out yesterday afternoon. So when you have perspective, about 80-some firefighters at this fire yesterday, and then this morning we're telling you about another fire today. So definitely taxing on the crews, and also an emotional time for people who, you know, have gone to this church. It's been there for 140 years. You're talking about generations of people in Milwaukee have called that church home for them, for their spiritual needs.
So many people connected in that community. It's been around for a long, long time.
Well, it's one of those spots, even if you've never been inside. You have driven by that. It's so close to the freeway and right downtown, other popular spots. So you've seen that, and everybody is connected to it in some way.
Appreciated how beautiful it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a sad, sad sight. Okay, outside this morning, we are starting a beautiful start to our day. You can see the sunrise out there this morning. Downtown Milwaukee, not a cloud in the sky, blue skies, 45 degrees in Milwaukee. Yes, it is a cooler start this morning. We have no blanket in the sky, no clouds, and we have calm winds. So again, cooler numbers this morning, 45 degrees right in Waukesha. In Milwaukee, again, 45 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 3 miles per hour, and across southeastern Wisconsin. 40s for everybody, 44 in Sullivan, 42 in Burlington and Wheatland. You're going to need a light jacket or want a light jacket this morning, but this afternoon it's going to feel a little bit like summertime. 42 in Kewaskum, 45 in Fond du Lac, 43 in Sheboygan. All right, weather headlines: high pressure, cooler near the lake conditions continue these next few days. Not as bad as yesterday. Weekend, we do have some rain on the way by Sunday. Across the state, clear skies. Quiet conditions for us statewide. You can see future forecasts as we go through the day today. Lots of sunshine by 11 o'clock, though. A very light breeze off of Lake Michigan. A light southwest wind versus a strong northeast wind yesterday, so not nearly as chilly lakeside. By 11 o'clock this evening, clear skies. Might have some lake clouds or light fog tomorrow morning. Again, lots of sunshine, though, on the way tomorrow, and more the same on Friday. So your forecast for today, we're going to look for a high temperature of 75. Inland 80, mostly sunny skies for tonight. Low temperature falling down to 51, mainly clear skies. And here's your 7-day forecast as we head right on into Thursday. 68 for your high temperature on Thursday. Inland 76. A little bit cooler on Thursday. 70 on Friday, mostly sunny skies. On Saturday, partly cloudy skies, 73. And then the weekend ends maybe soggy. On Sunday, 66 degrees. And then lots of sunshine on Monday and Tuesday, 72 on Monday, 72 degrees on Tuesday. We're still monitoring some area rivers out there. Again, right along the Root River this morning is our Storm Team 4 meteorologist Josh Worster. And Josh, still very, very high, but you are noticing signs of the river going down.
That's absolutely right, Brian. So like you mentioned, we're on the Root River and should be confined off to my left here, but as I step out of the way, as you can see, it's overtaken plenty of farm fields, roads here completely covered with water. A lot of water has to go away yet, but the good news is water levels on their way down. The gauge for this river is down in Racine County, and the height of the water was at about 10.4 feet. Last measurement at about 4 o'clock this morning was down to about 9.9. So not a significant drop, but enough where we are watching the water levels go down. We also set this cone out. I think you're looking at some chopper video right now. That would be from yesterday. Just showing what's going on down here. A lot of water has to recede and make its way out to the lake. But as we set up here, we came in at about 5 o'clock this morning, a little bit before, and set out this cone next to me. Water levels have gone down about a foot. So good news, they are on their way down. Bad news, quite a bit yet to go. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Josh. Here at the live desk, we're still watching the Hale interchange where there seems to be still some trouble out there after Greenfield firefighters say that a semi-truck crashed into a median wall. You can see traffic is down to one lane right here as cars are just kind of inching along. Let's go ahead and take a look at travel times. Hale to the Zoo, 6 minutes. Moreland to Marquette, 9 minutes. Downtown to Layton Avenue, 6 minutes.
Tesla's Model X SUV earned a Guinness World Record for towing. Tesla released a video this week showing its electric SUV towing a 287,000-pound Boeing 7879 Dreamliner. It towed the Qantas Airlines jet nearly 1,000 feet on a taxiway at Australia's Melbourne Airport. The feat set a new Guinness World Record for being the heaviest tow by an electric production passenger vehicle. A fairly unique category, yes.
I would say very specific.
But still.
All right, thanks, Vince. 5:52 trending today, an 88-year-old grandmother who is a huge fan of Justin Timberlake just got to meet the superstar. So this happened on Monday night. A video of Betty Maloney getting surprised with tickets to JT's concert. Here it is, went viral on social media. So when Timberlake found out, he actually invited the mom backstage with her daughter and granddaughters. Betty asked if Justin's wife, who is actress Jessica Biel, would mind if she gave him a kiss on the cheeks. So he obviously said that was okay. And there it goes, a memorable moment for Betty.
And Justin. 5:52 still ahead here on Live at Daybreak this morning. The drunkest cities in America, the Wisconsin city that came in #1.
And then also ahead this morning, the line is forming. We are not talking about IKEA. Meet the royal super fans already camped outside Windsor Castle. It's 5:56. We do have a lot ahead at 6 o'clock. First, we have this breaking news on Milwaukee's north side. A serious fire this morning is happening right now. Crews have streets blocked off and what some victims did to escape the fire.
Plus, we are staying updated on developing news in the heart of downtown Milwaukee. New information about that devastating fire at historic Trinity Lutheran Church.
And then it is opening day. We're not talking baseball. We're talking about the new IKEA store in Oak Creek. Sorry about that, a few technical issues, but we have a big line at that new store in Oak Creek. We're going to share it with you on Live at 6 when that starts in just a couple of minutes. Well, a new list has named Green Bay the drunkest city in the country.
24/7 Wall Street reviewed the adult excessive drinking rate in 381 U.S. metro areas. 10 of the top 20 drunkest cities in the country are in Wisconsin. Heavy drinking, according to the survey, is defined as 8 or more drinks per week for women, 15 or more for men. Milwaukee landed in the 20th spot.
British royal superfans are already taking their positions outside Windsor Castle. And this is days before the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The wedding is this Saturday. Many don't plan on going home until all the festivities are over. In line for a couple of days still.
Those are festivities.
Let's take a live look outside right now as we get going this morning. Chopper 4 is up bright and early over the Oak Creek store. Look at how full that parking lot already is. It's not even 6 a.m. It's 44 degrees, so a nice morning for folks. We'll have more Live at Daybreak at 6 o'clock when it starts in 3 minutes.